Hello everyone and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explorers, we're going to explore something that's near and dear to me, Alrund's Epiphany. So if you have been playing Arena for the past 2 years, you probably know about this stupid combo with Alrund's Epiphany being foretold and then Galvanic Iteration so that we can take 2 extra turns, get 4 birds, and just hit our opponent with birds, right? So this combo was so good that it was banned in the standard metagame. So I wanted to see whether or not it is doable in Explore, which is a a much faster format and a lot of combo decks out there. But if it's good enough to get banned, right, it might be just good enough to sustain itself in not standard, in Explore. Now, of course, there is another combo in Is It for Explore with the ingenious invitation or whatever. I don't have that card. I'm not going to go and craft those yet, right? So I'm going to try out the cards I do have first. So here's what the deck list looks like. We have a lot of removal, or let me talk about the idea first. We have a lot of removal early game, a lot of counter spells just to sustain ourselves, and when we get to about 4 to 5 mana, if we have any treasure tokens somehow, what we want to do is try to get Galvanic Iteration with either a big score or an Unexpected Windfall. These are the exact same card, but Wizard printed it twice. So that will get an 8 in the deck. Basically, discard a card and get 2 treasure. Right? Discard a card, get 2 treasure. Discard a card, draw 2 cards, and get 2 treasure. Discard a card, get 2 cards, and then get 2 treasures. That's insanely good value, especially if we can copy it. That means that for 6 mana, we discard 1 card, we get 4 treasure, and we draw 4. That's insanely good, right? But that's not just it. Now we have all this mana built up. We land a Goldspan Dragon, and now all of our treasure are 2 mana, and we can then, if we have another Galvanic Iteration, or the one that we just cast for the big score, now that Galvanic Iteration is in the graveyard, we can flash it back with Alrund's Epiphany. So now we take 2 extra turns, we have 4 birds, and we just swing at birds, and hopefully we draw another Alrund, and that will end us the game. So that's the whole idea. It's a very strong combo. You can see why it's banned, right? It's very consistent when the meta game was slow and lacks a lot of counter spells. I'm not sure that's true in Explorer, so I want to try it out. So the deck list looks something like this. Early game, we need to have removal, but we can also kind of slot in the MDFCs, right? So we have the Spikefield Hazard, deal 1 damage, or it's a red land. We have 3 Jwari Disruption, which is a counter spell, but also a land. We have 1 Negate, a very hard counter, and we also have Test of Talents. This card I love. When it was in standard, I run it in almost every deck because it's not just about counter spell. It is when your opponent is hinging their entire deck in 1 card, you take it out. You take it out, you make them cry, right? So that was the idea. Also very good against mirror matches because you can test a talent or Galvanic Iteration. You don't really want to test a talent Alrund's because it exiles itself, and sometimes your opponent would just have it for a toad in the exile zone, so test a talent doesn't hit those. But it will hit Galvanic Iteration and take out all the Galvanic Iterations. Well, guess what? They can't take 3 extra turns. The Alrund's aren't as scary if it's just 1 turn. And then we have 3 Fire Prophecy, basically a removal card, but also lets you kind of recycle a card in your hand into another card, so that if you have a land, if you have a card that's really not that good, you can change it to something that could be good, right? You just draw an extra card that way. And of course, for Galvanic Iteration, to double all of our instant sorcery spells, or any, not all, I wish it's all, but any one of our instant sorcery spell, and it has flashback. Then we have 2 Solid Calming, the hard counter spell that counters anything. We have 3 Brotherhoods and 2 Board Wipe against those pesky elves. We have 2 Pismari commands to basically catch all situations, right? We can use it to destroy an artifact, we can use it to deal 2 damage, we can use it to loot 2 cards, but we can also use it to create a treasure, which will help us with our Goldspan Dragon later. Of course, 8 loot and treasure card, right? 4 big score, 4 Unexpected Windfall, just all the loots we can get. And then we have 4 Goldspan Dragons, an insanely good card. Basically, all of our treasure are now double treasure, but also, if our opponent ever targets Goldspan with a spell, we get a treasure right away. So, he almost guarantees value in the way of treasures and in the way of mana right away. So I would say this card is insanely important in this deck. And a lot of times we can even just end our opponent with Goldspan Dragon. We don't even need Alrund, but Alrund is just the super finisher. So I have 4 Alrund's Epiphany, 7 mana to take an extra turn to get 2 birds, but you can also foretell it to cast it for 6. The beauty of this deck that I think a lot of people I don't think a lot of people, some people overlook, that I definitely appreciated back when it was in a standard metagame, was the combo of Galvanic Iteration and Arrund's Epiphany does not have to come from your hand at all. So it goes around Hand Disruption because, well, Galvanic Iteration can be cast from a graveyard, right? Arrund's Epiphany can be cast in exile. So basically, foretell this, discard this, your opponent can't really stop you if they're Hand Disruption. If they're Graveyard Hate, hold the Galvanic in your hand, and if they're really strict Hand Hate and Graveyard Hate, well, guess what? Their deck's probably really slow, and we can just kind of clunk them with the 2 birds slowly and win that way. So this deck was just very strong overall. In the land base, we have 1 Hall of Storm Giant, 1 Island, 1 Otawara, 1 Mountain, 1 Soaking. So a lot of one-offs in the land base. These lands are just kind of slotted in, but you don't have to. You don't have to have a Hall. You can just have another island if you want. And really, honestly, the Hall of Storm Giant can't help if we all run, we take an extra turn, our opponent's tapped out, we clock them for 7, right? So that is something, but you know, not that important. For Frostboil Snarl, that's a really questionable card because I only have 1 Steam Vent. Right? The reason for that is because this is technically an untapped land if I have a mountain or an island in my hand. But most of the time, I won't because of all these dual color lands. So this is just a tap land. But all the other lands are also tap lands. So this is a very small chance of it not being tap land. So I'm running 4 of these. 4 River Glide Pathway / Lava Glide Pathway, basically untapped land. 4 Yeshivan Reef, which is a ping land. We don't have any life gain, so we have to be very careful about this. 1 Steam Vent, because I only have 1 in my collection, and 4 Stormcarved Coast, the real untapped land. This card is the best. This is the best land that we have in this deck, I would say. Even better than Steam Vent. Of course, if you want to consider Frostboil Snarl, then yeah, Frostboil Snarl, then Steam Vents are probably better, but I'm not going to go craft them just for this deck. So that's the whole deck list. Let's try out the deck and see how it works. Quick disclaimer though, I tried out this deck once. I tried it once, and I won, but it was mono red, so it wasn't really a win. It was just, we were better than our opponent by the sheer fact that we got to go first, we countered all of their spells, I didn't even get to land Alrund, I just hit them with the dragon and they quit. So, yeah. I don't know how good this deck is against a lot of the other combo decks that are in the meta, as well as the, super heavy control decks, like we're about to meet right now. Mighty Juan, or Mighty Juan, I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but this is an okay hand. We get to go first. We have 2 big score. I'm going to keep the 2 big score hand, but what I'm afraid of is if it's super counter heavy, then we'll probably never land a big score, and then this game won't go anywhere. Red, okay. Kumano. Alright, so he's using Teferi Avatar to trick people, but he's actually a degenerate, and he does not deserve to play the game. Get out of here, you. Mono red. Seriously. Oh, this is the exact same game we played last time, but with a way worse hand this time. Is he going to attack? He is going to attack. Alright, now that it's tapped, then get rid of it. Let's put back a Goldspan. I don't know if I need 2 of them, but I definitely can't play both of them. Another Kumano. Okay, we're going to take a lot of damage this time. And, oh, a Prismari. Okay, that's a good draw. So we will end the turn, and we will create a treasure, and also kill his Kumano. Depending on when he plays. Mono red, just don't. I mean, I was doing mono red last week, right? To be fair, but just don't. Mono red is just 2 weeks ago, I think. Embarrassing. It might work. Honestly, it might work, but I just don't think it's fun. Because every game plays the exact same style, you play the exact same way, and it's just... Are you really having fun playing that kind of style? Another Firebrand, okay. All attack, but of course. And let's first Mario Command, let's see. 2 damage, treasure token. Alright, do we want a Dragon out? It is 4 damage, but... Another Kumano. Our opponent just has it all. Well, we have a lot of Windfall, so... If I put the Goldspan Dragon out, would he target it? Or would he just attack me for a lot next turn? This is risky. But you know, it's a dragon. Maybe I just use it to block. Whenever it becomes the target of a spell, right? So maybe I just use it to block. Not attacking with the Goldspan feels wrong. And maybe I'll lose this way because I didn't attack with the Goldspan, but... You know, if I get 2 treasures out of the Goldspan, and save some life damage, that's just as good. He has 4 mana. And Soak isn't. Okay, so he's just gonna go wide on the board. Yeah, they're just all gonna attack. We're at 9. Brotherhood's End. Well, okay, so we get Unexpected Windfall for an extra mana, right? For extra 2 mana. Every single one of our Unexpected Windfall is actually basically free because we get 2 treasure, right? We get 2 treasure, and then our Goldspan also does this thing, so that they're on its own the same. I don't know if that makes any sense. What I'm saying is this costs 4, and 2 treasure gets us 4, and gets us 2 treasures. So these are all free by just casting it. Alright, let's see. I guess I'll cast Brotherhood's End. Kind of a waste. Maybe I'll pay 2 life against this. I don't know. I don't know about that. Pitch my Steam Vent to draw 2 cards? I do, I think it's fine. Well, look at that. We just keep getting these back to back. Okay, well, let's put a End everything. 3 damage to each creature and planeswalker. And we'll end turn. So I forgot that I have Goldspan in the deck, which is weird because I have Goldspan on the board. I should not have attacked first because of that, because I could get out more Goldspan. That was my mistake. Now I'm at 7. Burning Tree Emissary. Not that good for them. Because I just wasted mana there. We got a Frostbowl. Okay, so let's Goldspan it. Well, if we Goldspan it up, we cannot use this, right? So let's use these first. Frostbowl Snow. We'll sack this again. Discard the Snarl. Alright, now all we're getting are lands. So, I want to play out a Goldspan, but that's just an extra mana kind of wasted. This will auto pay. Do I want to attack? What if I don't attack? I don't need the treasure right now. Right? It's probably better to hold these back. All the cycle. How many cards did I draw? Enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage. Okay. That's annoying. It's probably not going to attack. Yeah. Come on, another land. Okay, there's still a land. Well... guess we'll deal 1 damage to this. With a hull. Can I hold back? I can kill him in 2 turns. I could have killed him this turn. See, he will attack me. I'm at 5, right? Let's hold back. Just 1 more turn. Then we're gonna clock him with the hull. Would he attack? He will not attack. And we're gonna keep drawing lands. Alrund's Epiphany. Well, that's not a land. So, what can he do? Let me get some treasures. Hardcast. Extra turn. Well then. GG. See? That deck is no match for what was banned in Standard. Obviously, we looted a lot, and we drew very badly after we loot every time. But all we need is 1 Alrund. We didn't even get any Galvanic. Mono Red is just Disappointing. I mean, I'm still gonna lose to mono red a lot. It's just a disappointing deck, and I don't know why. You know, why it's so popular. Because obviously you can play mono red if that's all you have. What I mean to say is, you can play that style of deck if that's the only cards you have in your collection. But in that sense, isn't it kind of boring? This is not a great hand. I kept because I have a lot of lands, and I can Prismari into Goldspan. But we are going, we're not going second, but we are not having turn 2 plays. So that's the only thing I'm afraid of. And of course, elves. Yeah, this is what I'm afraid of. Okay, now we have turn 2 plays. So I want to fire it right now so that he doesn't get extra mana. And let me put back an island. Maybe I'll get something better. Because next time I'm going for Smari. Elf. Elf. Okay, not elf. Just gonna do it. Deal 2 damage. Treasure token. Now I'm regretting putting that island back because I can Goldspan, but now I can't. Because I'm not guaranteed to land next turn. Okay, Kiora. Okay, not punished. Thankfully.
Now I'm salty.
That's funny. So yeah, basically I can counter whatever spell he used to target Goldspan if he loves to. If he wants to. Love Struck Beast and all. But otherwise, not too scared. Alright, we got a cool looking land here. Not sure I'm gonna cast it. Let's Goldspan first. Attack here, attack here. We get 2 treasures. I can take the 5 on the Love Struck Beast.
Slip away.
Because I don't know if I want to do anything to the Love Struck Beast. I can kill the 1/1 so the Love Struck Beast can't attack me, but I don't know if that matters. Nisa. Yeah, see? This is why I kept my mana open. Because let's get rid of that. Let's not have any of that going on. Oh no! 6 damage! Let's go to my turn. Unfortunately, I drew a land, so all I have are lands. Going for 8 damage. I have a lot of mana now. I can clock him with the Hall next turn. Right? I don't think he sees that. Let's put out the mana, just in case. If he kills both my Goldspan, I might need the mana. But this is 7 damage, this is 8 damage. Did I miss lethal that turn? I might have. Do I have enough mana for that, though? I think I do. Oh, GG anyways. GG. That's how scary the Goldspan Dragon is. There's a reason why this deck was banned. I'm just surprised that no one's playing an Explore. I'm sure everyone have these cards. Everyone crafted this deck back when it was in the standard, and then immediately it got banned, and we lost all of our, wild cards that day. It was annoying because basically they banned Alrund, which killed the whole deck, and then they just give us the wild cards for Alrund, but everything else in the deck that we crafted meant nothing, and nobody plays it for a while, and all the lands that we crafted meant nothing. We gotta go first again. That's good. Frostbolt Snarl, which does not do anything, but I'm gonna keep this hand because we have 3 lands, and going first I don't like to pitch. And also big score. That's a good hand. Uh-oh. Giganta into this. Alright, Fire's a Prophecy, so let's not have that going on. I like my hand, but I guess I'll put back a Galvanic. Can I Galvanic into big score? I don't think I have enough mana for that. What is this? Becomes a copy of target creature card in your graveyard with mana value X except its name. Okay, you can make a copy of Landwar Elf. So, yes, you have a copy of Landwar Elf. I don't know. I'm holding up a counterspell. That is so weird. I don't know what deck this is. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have that. Now I cut you with the end of the Brotherhood. I thought about big scoring there first, but this plays around the plaza. Now all I need is a top deck untapped land, which is asking a lot, to be fair. But not impossible. So there's a black coming. Okay, another one of these. He didn't want to discard. That's a good card. Also, he has a land. He played this land untapped. Does that mean he has a counterspell? It probably does, right? So if he has a counterspell, I think I'm gonna hold up the big score and the saw coming. Instead of just running my Goldspan Dragon into a counterspell, which probably isn't that fun. This costs 3, right? So he can't do it. Grizzly Savage. Salvage? Alright, well, if he's gonna salvage, then I'm gonna respond with... Wait, no. He get to choose first. Keenan. Interesting. Hey, what? Oh, I forgot to unpress that. What does he have? Nothing really. Okay, so I can respond to this by big scoring. Not that I really wanted to, but you know what? It's fine. I have a hard counter. He gets a Lazav. He can use it to cast something, but I can counter it. This is only when it comes into play, right? Add 2 mana. Whenever you cast a creature with 5 or... Okay, it's cast. So, you got a hard counter this. We all know how scary Keenan is from Commander. Get out of here, you. Anything else? Tap land. Okay, good. What deck is this? This is a Commander deck? I'm so confused, but also scared. Yeah, I don't know where this is going, because this is 7 mana. And he casts a big thing, he can basically untap this to keep doing it. Okay. This looks like a Commander deck, honestly. But maybe it's just a deck I'm not familiar with. Very janky. Which I appreciate. If I lose to a janky deck, right? It's fair. 5/5, okay. It's not too scary. It just goes back in his hand. Gains 1 life. He's on the tomb. You get to scry 1 next. Dungeon of the Mad Mage, okay. This doesn't have haste, so I don't have to worry about it for 1 turn. Spikefield Hazard. I don't know if I want that. So I'm gonna just Goldspan him for a while. Alright, let's Unexpected Windfall while he's tapped out. Auto pay 2. pitch a Hazard, I guess. Wow, that's no bueno. I shouldn't have pitched the Hazard. Should have pitched the Jwari. Oh well. He's at 3. Relic? Okay. I don't know if why did he play that? He can go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He needs 5 casts, right? I can counter it unless he pays 1. He can pay 1. He can pay 1 with this. Let's see how he plays. Basically drain out all his mana, so he can't do anything else. He can use it to attack the Emir, but that means he can't use the Emir. I already tapped this, so I guess it resolves. He gets a treasure token and goes back, right? And then he gets to use the treasure token to scry 2 to recast this. Yeah. Does it have infinite? Does it reduce this somehow? I'm not sure what happened. Tap and untap legendary. Oh, okay, so that's how he gets infinite. Alright, I'm gonna go. GG. So yeah. Unfortunate though, we got Spikefield Hazard and Jwari. If it was anything else, we could have probably done better. But that's, yeah, okay, so that was an infinite combo that was very janky. Appreciate it, but I don't think it's good. So, yeah, we were drawing pretty badly there. If we and also I didn't know what they were doing. If I know what kind of deck they were, I would have just smorked them a little bit more. But that kind of deck just loses to all kind of aggro, so I don't know how good it is. It had no early game. Add love your MP. I don't know what that means. Okay, this is a Snarl hand. I'm gonna keep, but because we're going first, but this is still kind of scary. Let's Snarl first. Kind of gave away that we don't have anything. Let's hope it's not a Land War Elf player. So, Snarl into Snarl. Hive, waste not. Whenever I discard... Ah! Hey! Don't use my combo against me. Whenever I discard a non-creature, non-land card, he gets to draw a card. So every time I big score, he draws a card. That's annoying. Mono black. That's interesting. Double waste not. Okay, now I'm kind of scared. And annoying. Because he's literally only played the one card that hurts me. He gets to draw a lot of cards that way. Maybe he'll activate his Hive. I would... No, why would he do that? It costs 4. Shieldred. Okay, can't stop Shieldred. I guess he can draw a lot of cards this way then. Let's just Goldspan him. Let's see what he does. Because we can kill Shieldred with 4 mana. I don't know if I want to do that. Go blank. Discard 2 cards, then exile my graveyard. Oh, interesting. Okay. Did I discard my Windfalls? They're kind of hurting me. No, I like my Windfalls. Yeah, we had a slow hand, unfortunately. He gets to draw 4 from that. So I cannot actually aggro him out of the game. Maybe I should have killed Shieldred in response. Another Waste Knot! How does this deck run against any deck that has white? I don't understand. And all we have is Windfalls. Yeah, so that's kind of to pick apart our deck, to be fair. Alright, you can draw a lot of cards. Let's get red. Let's get blue. And let's get red again. We'll get Galvanic. And we'll get Unexpected Windfall. We'll discard our we'll discard our Fire Prophecy. We're drawing 4 cards, right? So we're gonna take 8. We're gonna go down to 4. Alright, that's not good. We can't kill them, so we'll quit. That was unfortunate. That deck looked like it was basically designed to kill us. Also, his name kind of looked like a bot. So, hey, Magic Arena, what's going on here? It's like you designed a deck just to kill this deck. That deck was terrible. That deck had nothing anti-aggro other than Shieldred, and basically, if I had 1 health, could have killed him with it. That's sad. But this is what happens when Arena kind of pits you up against decks that are just aimed against you. When you're winning too much. And I can see why now that people don't really like playing specific combo decks. Because it's all fun and game until the game targets you. Alright, let's try another game. I really want to see whether or not this deck is going to be able to stand up to the meta game. But so far, the few games that we played does not really give us good stats. I'm not even afraid of Shieldred. It was that Waste Knot. The 3 Waste Knots. That was just... oh, painful. We don't get to go first anymore, and our hand is not great. I'm going to keep because I have a Windfall, but I don't think it's that hard to get a Windfall in this deck. Let's drop the coast first. That way we can have a turn 2 Test of Talents. Not that it's necessary. It's Angels. I'm not actually really sure how to fight Angels. Unless they're going to play a spell turn 3, which I absolutely doubt. Yep. Righteous Valkyrie gains 4 life. What can I even do? None of these are artifacts. So we're going to have to win in like a turn. Which I don't think that can happen. So Prismari into Unexpected Windfall. Yeah, they went first. Nykthos. We're already getting hit by 1,000,000. This is only turn 4. Alright, let's just create a treasure and loot 2 cards. Really? 2 Snarls? Honestly. This is just... that was horrendous. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave, because... can't beat that. With a 1-4, I'm not really sure how this deck could have taken that out. Maybe with Dragon's Fire? now we're facing against Sunstole. Opponent goes first. We have a 1-drop. I will keep. I have a 1-drop and I have a 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless they drop another 2-drop. Wow. That was sad for him. Okay, I guess I'll Shivan Reef first. This way, I have a choice by taking the 1 extra damage. Can't block, exile another creature card from your graveyard to return this on the battlefield. Okay. Do I want red or blue? I want red. Because I can fire a Prophecy. I don't know how Brotherhood's end will work against this deck. But Tesla Talon might be important. If they're a Invoke deck, I'll take the 3, honestly. Will I take the 3? I'll take the 3. Spectacle. Oh. That's what happens when I take the 3. Now it's going to cost me 2 cards to get rid of the Spawn of Mayhem. It's a red. It's black aggro? I'm so confused. Oh, I just have to take a lot of damage now. Because I don't know what decks I'm playing against. I'm at 9. Another spawn? Go blank. Yeah, I don't want to go blank. Why don't you go blank? What's in your hand? Dread Wonder. Enters the battlefield tapped. No go blanks for you. I hate this deck already. Seems to be very annoying. Guess I'll Brotherhood's end the board. And I will hazard the spawn. So 2 for 2. Well, he has nothing in the graveyard to bring this back. He can obviously play the Dread Wonder. Or maybe he'll attack me with Mutavault. He will attack me with Mutavault. I'm gonna go down to 5 here. And now he has a Dread Wonder. And I have a Steam Vent. Oh, not good. Not good at all. He can't return this, right? He has no creature card in his graveyard. I can go down to 1. But then the ping land would just kill me. Oh, he's only attacking with 3. So I still kind of have to get rid of this, huh? He sees it, but maybe he has that. No, I can't. Gotta be brave. And lose with style. Because the whole day, we were doing very well in the beginning. And then we started meeting up against players who are playing very weird decks. I don't want to say they're, janky, because sometimes janky decks are fun, but these decks are just horrendous. I don't know what's going on. They're not in any way meant to win. We get Alrund, so we can cast that next turn, I guess. I don't know if we have enough time to Galvanic an Alrund. Do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana. This will cost 3, and this will cost... Oh boy. Okay, if we top deck an untapped land, we can do it. Let's see what happens. He's probably going to draw a card here. Yeah. Good for you. There's no creature in his graveyard, so he still can't bring it back. Resolves. Burn the Mutavault off? No. Will he attack with the 2? He will. Burn that off too. Now he can activate one of these if he wants. Another Dread Wonder. And then a Dread Wonder. That is not the card I wanted. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Guess I'll just have to hardcast Elrond's. Take an extra turn. Hopefully get something good. Oh. Okay. This is something, but is there a reason to cast it this turn? What can we draw? So this will give us 4 treasure. Right? At the cost of our Sod coming. Yeah, at the cost of our Sod coming, we'll get 4 treasure. We'll go up to 5 lands, or 5 mana. Oh, okay, look at that. Okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So we can burn one of these off. And then what? We're at 3. So maybe I want to... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 7 mana. I'm gonna need 9, which I do have 9, so we'll let it go. Well, it looked like we want to block. That might, incentivize him to do something else. He's gonna go into attack. Spikefield Hazard, one of them. So the blocker will block one of them. Is he gonna bring it back? Does he have something to deal 3 damage to me? Dang it! Stupid thing. There goes my Alrunds. Should have foretold it. I forgot that he has stupid things. Okay. Now what? Now we hope we top deck an Alrund, because that's our only way out of this. Galvanic. Do we die next turn? Not necessarily, right? Not yet. This is just 1 damage. Oh, he can pump it. Right? He can pump it? Yeah. What can we get? Stupid Galvanic. Why didn't I foretell Alrund? This entire game is lost because I wanted to save that treasure. For whatever reason. It's entirely wrong. Okay. I will cast the Galvanic into the big score. Discard my Galvanic. To get 4 treasure. I'll play a Shivan Reef so that I can get my Goldspan out. Oh boy. Does he have anything in the graveyard? He doesn't. So what I can do is, let's get, let's see, red, red, and blue, blue to cast this Galvanic, and we'll Spikefield Hazard this twice. So no Death Touch for him. Alright, we're gonna scrap into this. Attack? No attack. We can't afford to attack. Any 1 damage can kill us. I don't know what he has that could deal 1 damage. I'm not really sure what this deck is. And how many Alrunds do we have left? I casted 1, right? I casted 1. Go for the throat. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm at 1. 1 top deck left. Better not be a... It's probably going to be a land, isn't it? It's going to be... Oh, man. If it's a land, I'm going to be so mad. But the game is the game. Yeah, there it is. Top deck land. Alright, GG. I lost that game. I had 2 Alrunds in my hand. Dang it. But yeah, that's how you play this game, though. I haven't played this deck in so long that I forgot. You should always foretell your Alrund. Even if it costs you treasure. You should do it. So that's the whole game. I'm going to stop here because this deck is hurting my head. And obviously the Shuffler is not kind to us because this is a strong deck. And the Matchmaker also wasn't very good to us. But I would still recommend you playing this deck because probably a lot of you already have these cards. And the cards are fun. Right, so there's a lot of thinking involved. It's basically, how do I get to Alrunds? How do I get to twin cast the Alrund? And that's the entire tricks of this deck. But because there's so little counterspells being slung around in Explorer, I would think that this is a good way to kind of adapt and learn about the style of Magic to play with. So that's my opinion, and that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.